A year ago today I made a video where I celebrated my 3rd year of sobriety. But did I make it to a 4? Yeah, it clearly says it in the title. So much for dramatic tension. Okay, so that's enough of that intro-y tiz was. Here I am at the beginning of 2020, January 3rd, 2020, to be more precise. And yes, 4 years since my last drink. Aren't I a big boy? But no, in all seriousness, it's been 4 years of sobriety. And yeah, I did a video last year with 3 years, obviously. And over the past couple of weeks, that video has erupted. It's got over 100,000 views at this point, most of them in the past couple of weeks. I'm going towards 4,500 subscribers, and I've also got thousands of comments, the vast majority of which I haven't been able to answer. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to address a few things in this video. There is going to be some rambling bullshit, so if you do want to go to some other point in the video, I don't blame you. But the crux of it is, for those of you who are interested, yes, I did make it to 4 years sober. Yes, I am still doing a lot of running. For those of you who are interested in the Couch to 5k stuff, I smashed that shit. Couch to 5k, kiss my ass. 10 mile man now. Yeah, if you just wanted confirmation of whether I was still on the straight and narrow, then yes, I am. And yeah, you can trot off now if you want. I don't blame you. We'll have a rambling bullshit section where I catch up with some stuff. If you're interested in how things went for me last year, skip to this point in the video, because there were a few times where I was close to having a drink, and I'm happy to say I didn't, but I'll talk about that a bit later on. And also, if any of you are interested in the future of the channel, what I've got planned for 2020, which is mainly going to be sobriety, obviously keeping that going, fitness, finances, minimalism, that sort of stuff, then skip to this point in the video and you know, I'll take it from there, or maybe you can just watch the whole thing. Some people do have attention spans nowadays. Let's first start with some rambling. I'd like to thank everybody who has subscribed and gotten on board lately. One of the main questions that I've gotten is, am I still sober? Am I still working out? All the rest of it. Yes, I am. The reason I haven't done any videos in quite a long time is because, quite frankly, nobody was really watching them. I do have another channel, Free to Be Who I Be, which is a music review channel, which I did consider to be my main channel. However, now this channel has overtaken that one. So I don't know where I am anymore, quite frankly. But I was putting a lot of effort into the videos on that channel, and therefore this one kind of took a wayside. But yeah, for those of you who are new, I am indeed going to be making a lot of videos this year. Secondly, I'd like to apologise to the, well, couple of thousand people, I suppose, at this point who have commented on the video asking questions or trying to get in touch and I haven't responded to. I've never had a video that's kind of gotten this much of a response, so it's been a little bit overwhelming. A surprisingly pleasant one. When you're getting that many comments, it really is difficult to stay on top of it. All you got to do is miss one day and suddenly you're just swamped, you can't keep up with it, so I didn't bother. But if you do have any questions, I'd like to request that you leave them on this video and I will attempt to answer them in a video at some point. The chances are if you're watching this video, then you're going to watch some of the other videos. So yeah, leave a comment on this one asking a question and I'll see if I can answer it in a future video. The feedback on the video was pretty much overwhelmingly positive. I'd say 99% of it was really positive. There was some trolling going on, of course. When you get a video that popular, it's going to happen. But yeah, I kind of don't really take that seriously and it doesn't offend me. Anyone who's trying to be offensive, I don't really find offensive in any way. It doesn't bother me. I think some of the stuff that kind of caught me off guard, I guess, was some of the more ignorant comments, and I'm sure maybe some of you will have read those comments. A couple of drinks don't do you any harm. If it was easy enough to just have a couple of drinks, there wouldn't be any alcoholics in the world now, would there? And then of course there was my favourite comedic quote. I'm having a nice red while I'm watching this. Don't know if any of you remember I said in the last video how drunk people don't seem as funny when you're sober. Yep. I guess that's the only thing that kind of got to me a little bit. It's those kind of ignorant comments. And that's the ones that, those are the people that don't help people who do have issues. Another one of the most popular comments I've been getting is how difficult people have, Another one of the most popular comments that I've been getting is how people find it so difficult to, a lot of people have been finding it very difficult to give up because of people around them. It's amazing how many people don't support people who have issues with alcohol, whether it's because they don't want to lose a drinking buddy, or quite often they maybe just don't understand those issues. I wonder how many people who leave those sorts of more ignorant comments have genuinely never been affected by an alcoholic or have had anything to do with one. You know, I think you'd probably have a different outlook on things if you did. Windy pops. Unfortunately, if you are taking the sober route, then sadly you kind of do have to do it alone to a certain extent. There are a lot of people you have to cut out. A lot of people have been asking about the social aspects of things as well. You know, what do you do to socialise? I'm a bit of a lonely bastard, but that's by choice. I always have been. I'm a bit of a lone wolf, really. I kind of like my own company. But to answer that question very quickly, I just keep very active. I got into running about 6 months ago, and that's by far the most amazing cure for anxiety I've ever found. Genuinely, I only took it up to do a bit of a challenge, and I just really took to it. I've really enjoyed it. Well, I'll get into that later on. That's future plans. Giving stuff away. I'm not the most sociable of people, which brings me to another thing that's been brought up, because a lot of people, there are the people who are kind of worried about giving up on the social side of things. And I can understand that. That was never really a big thing for me. I mean, ultimately, I guess you have to say, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to be sociable, or do you want to exist with a drink problem where you could potentially lose a lot of shit in life anyway? What's your goal? Do you want to excel at something in life, or do you want to be the dickhead at the party? Having said that, I also know from the comments that a lot of you do seem like you're quite isolated, and you do seem like loners. So I guess what I'd say to you, if you're going to be on your own anyway, then why not be the best person you can be? You know, eat better, move more. It's all old school, old fashioned way of thinking, but it does kind of work, to be quite honest with you. I don't like the idea of being portrayed as a victim. It's within me to control my life, and that's what I intend to do, and you guys can do it too, because that was another comment I got as well. Everybody else has to give up alcohol just because you have an issue with your alcohol. No. I never said that in any of my videos. I acknowledged the fact that I had an issue. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. More specifically, fucking people everywhere, man. I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and therefore I decided to stop. I realised in my life that things could be going a lot better than they were. Underachieving, that was a huge motivator for me. Not really excelling in life, not doing anything, not trying anything. That's why I gave up alcohol. Another reason. Fuck me, I'm rambling. Am I talking any sense in this one today at all? Let's try and get a bit of focus in this video. As I said, if you've got any questions, leave them down below, and I'll actually try and be a bit more focused on answering them in another video. But for now, I think I'll go into what some of the things that happened in 2019 that nearly got me drinking again. I guess the most obvious one for me, the biggest one, was at the beginning of the year. A old friend of mine died. He was like a year older than me, so not very old at all. He passed away, and that's the first time in my life that I've actually lost anybody that close, you know. I mean, I've lost grandparents, I've lost relatives. There's been, there were people at school who passed away, that sort of thing. It's not the first person, I've known to die, but that was the first person that I was really close to that passed away. That was quite a trip. That really was quite a trip. And in all honesty, We came from a very, very big circle of hardcore drinkers and a lot of drugs, and I kind of knew going towards the funeral that alcohol could be an issue. I also know that there were a few people who were quite offended that I didn't drink, whether it be for their own personal reasons or because, you know, I didn't raise a toast. And I was close to doing it. I remember a couple of weeks before the funeral, I was thinking maybe I'll just have a shot, you know, just to see him off for the memory. But I decided against it, because one drink isn't one drink. One drink for me would have probably just reset everything. That wouldn't have been a clean slate. I like the fact at the moment I've got 4 years completely sober, you know what I mean? If I was to have that one drink, there'd always be that doubt in the back of my head. It's like, well, even if it was just the one drink, I would have still thought, well, no, I had alcohol. And that's kind of where a lot of the spiralling can start again. You have that one drink, you think, oh, it's all right, yeah, just have the one. But then once you've had the one, you think, well, I've already had the one, so I might as well get drunk. And then you wake up hungover the next day. Well, I was already drunk, so I might as well drink today. And then it all starts over again. I've done it too many times, basically. I've said this before in other videos, but if there is one benefit that you do have to have falling off the wagon multiple times, you can't really bullshit yourself so much anymore. I've done it so many times. I've done that bullshit. Oh no, I just, you know, just drink, I'll just have the one, it'll be fine. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that, not for me. Not for a lot of people. That was by far the biggest temptation I had. But it wasn't even that I wanted to drink, I felt more obliged to. But yeah, I didn't. That's the be all and end all. I didn't do it, I resisted, and I got through the funeral. And yeah, I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did. I'm sad he's gone, but I'm glad I stayed true to myself. Another thing that changed for me, in the previous video, the 3-year video, I said how I got a year to the day that I got offered a job that I've been really wanting. I don't do that job anymore, and that was a bit of a kick in the teeth. But there was positives to take away from it. First of all, I didn't actually want to drink. I actually did feel that I kind of dealt with that rejection better because I wasn't drinking. I was well into doing all my fitness stuff at this point, and as I said earlier on, running is by far the greatest cure for anxiety I've discovered. It genuinely is. Works for me. I'm not saying running will work for you, but it might be that there is some form of physical fitness that works for you. It just really sorts me out, really levels my head. But there was also another thing. The dream job that I had is not actually as good as I thought it would be. I don't really want to go into what the job is because I don't want to discuss my work, and I don't want to discuss the company I work for. I would like, you know, to keep sort of some things private. But yeah, I realised that actually the job wasn't really what I wanted in the first place. I didn't particularly enjoy it that much either. What I enjoy doing is this. I enjoy communicating with people. I attempt to be honest because I think it is, because I think honesty is the sort of thing that can help people, even if you're not actually necessarily there for people. I think sometimes just being open and honest about your story, it helps others not feel so alone. So my number one goal, and I guess we'll be getting into 2020 in a minute, will be pursuing these YouTube channels, both this and my music review channel, and seeing if I can build up a bit of a community here of people who can help each other. I'm still working, by the way. You know, I am working, and I do enjoy my job. I work with a lot of really, really good people who I really do see as a family. But yeah, not the job that I had last year. But the point I'm bringing up is that yeah, I dealt with it quite well because I wasn't drinking. I'm pretty sure that had I been drinking, that's you know, that compromised immune system and the increased anxiety of the hangover and just feeling like shit, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have dealt with it as well as I have. So yeah, that's the point I'm making. There you go, finally there was a point. I dealt with things better because I was sober. Got there in the end. Well done, Ben, well done. There were some other things that were difficult throughout the year as well, but they involve other people, and I don't think it's fair to tell other people's stories. I'm here to tell mine. I'm a selfish bastard, egotistical tosser. That was the last thing as well, and that's something I've actually been dealing with very recently. I got evicted from the place I was living in. Nothing bad, but nothing my fault or anything like that. It's just there was a lot of building work that had to be done on the place, and I had to pretty much get out of there as soon as possible. They did give me 2 months, but I managed to get out of there in about 3 weeks, and I'm happy to say that I actually completed the move yesterday, so I got a bit more focused there. But again, I don't know, I guess we're getting into the what I'm going to be doing in 2020. Now, I guess the self-reliance and self-accountability side of things is definitely going to be something that I continue with. Dealing with the move was actually it was stressful, as a move always is, but again, doing it sober and just getting on with things and keeping on top of stuff made it a lot easier. So, not a huge thing, but it was a thing, you know, there you go, stuff happens, doesn't it? Okay, let's get into 2020 and my plans for this channel. I would like to answer as many questions as I can, so I'd like to do a couple of Q&As. I've already mentioned a couple of times in this video. If you've got some questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. I'll try and do some, I'll definitely try and do some staying sober sort of style videos. But I don't want the channel to just be about that. I like the idea of being proactive. So there's going to be a lot about fitness. There's going to be a lot about finances. Whoa, I just got fucking... If I will stand next to an electric fence, that will happen, won't it? See, the danger of doing these videos out here. I like the idea of being proactive with what I'm doing. I don't want to just talk about shit. So, part of the things that have kept me so sober and have really helped me along my journey is staying active, physically active. I did a bunch of activities where I did a month of certain activities where I was working out every single day for a month, and I started doing the couch to 5k, and the views kind of dropped on it, but I have had a lot of people asking me where I got with it. I only did the first couple of weeks in terms of videos. I smashed the couch to 5k. It was a 9-week program. I think I managed to do it in about 7. I've done a couple of 10ks, including the Gloucester 10k, my first official one. I got a medal. And also I'm signed up for a half marathon in March, and I'm going to be starting my 10-week half marathon training program very soon. So if any of you are interested in that, then I will be well, basically, yeah, I've kept up with the running more, so I'm excelling at it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it. It's now a major part of my life, and I am going to be going ahead with that. Not only did I stick with the running, but I lost a huge amount of weight. I lost 30 pounds up until Christmas. So for the UK viewers out there, that's just over 2 stone. So not an insubstantial amount. So I'm going into the new year continuing what I was already doing. I don't like the idea of like, hey, it's January 1st, I'm starting now. Fuck that. Start straight away, start as you can. So yeah, this is a continuation of what I was already doing. So along with the 10-week half marathon program, I aim to lose another 10 to 15 pounds if I can, which will get me down to the weight that I ideally want to be. And I think after the half marathon, I might look at maybe spending a bit of time trying to put a bit of muscle back on. So I would have lost a hell of a lot of weight by that point, and quite a lot of the fat would have gone. So I think that's a good time to maybe start building a bit of muscle again after that. But another part of the channel is going to be finances, self-reliance, self-accountability. That's all part of it. And I'm one of those people who's getting older, and I think you realise as you get older that no one's coming to help you. You know what I mean? You've got to start helping yourself out. Last year was a bit of a difficult one for me in terms of I didn't have much debt, but I had enough to make things a little difficult. And I wasn't saving anything. I was just being an idiot with money. So this year, oh well, again, this is a continuation of stuff I already started last year. I've started putting a bit of money away. I'm not being such an idiot with my spending. Running again has been a big part of that, because it's really allowed me to get my eating under control. I'm eating healthy because I enjoy the running and I see the positive effects of a good diet when I'm doing the exercising. So I'm not actually eating properly to lose weight or anything like that. I'm doing it because I enjoy how it affects my energy levels. But that's also helped me cut down on costs. I've also been selling a lot of stuff because minimalism is definitely going to be a part of what I'm doing now as well. I need less and less. There's only so much I really need in life, so I'm doing away with all the materialistic bullshit and putting my money away just in case. You never know. And but it's not just for putting money away. I want to start having money there to use for good reasons. I want to travel more, and that's something I've got planned more for 2021, I guess. This year is all about getting shit together, but I've got plans for 2021. I'd like to be able to, you know, have that little bit more money in the bank where I can actually start doing a few things, doing interesting things. I really like the idea of seeing new cultures and new people and just getting out of my comfort zone a bit more. You know, that's a huge thing that I've got to work on. Because sobriety is good, but you can get into a bit of a rut of just doing the same old shit. So I want to bust out of that. I'm going to do some meditation and that, so I might make a couple of videos on that. And yeah, I'm the aforementioned minimalism. Once again, as usual, I have no idea if I've actually covered anything in this video. I have no idea if I've made any sense whatsoever, if this means anything to anyone. I hope it has done. If nothing else, go and watch the previous video, the 3-year sober one. And if nothing else, then, you know, rest assured that yes, I have gone another year without alcohol. I am super happy that I haven't. I've barely missed it. I think there's only been like 2 or 3 times where I've actually thought, oh, maybe I could have a drink now. But it passed pretty quickly, and yeah, I'm just always glad when I wake up in the morning. It's like, I didn't do it. But honestly, other than actually doing these videos, I don't necessarily think about sobriety a whole lot. Maybe I've not made much sense in this, but I didn't want to prepare for it. I just wanted to kind of come out and ramble and just speak about whatever came into my mind. So if you guys do have any questions, yet again, leave a comment. I'll try and answer them in a future video. I will be doing videos about fitness. I will be doing videos about finances. And I'll put in stuff like meditation, minimalism, all those kinds of things. Just try and make things a bit better, more self-reliant, more self-accountable. That's the key, I believe. I really do. It's the only way forward. It's the beginning of a new year, and I have a lot of plans for it. And I'm going to do it, and I hope that you'll join me. So if you have already subscribed, hopefully you'll stick with the videos. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. Share, comment, do all the rest of it. Helps the channel grow. And yeah, let's make 2020 a good one. Let's make 2020 our bitch. That's a bit aggressive, wasn't it? I'll see you next time.